Now for our weekly tips from the Better Business Bureau, we're talking about hiring contractors with, of course, Chris Babin, President and CEO. Chris, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
All right, hiring a contractor, it's a big deal, especially when we're talking about, making changes to our home where we spend most of our time. Yes. What are some really important things to remember before taking on this process?
Well, first and foremost, you want to make sure and realize that not every business is created equally. Not everybody is necessarily, do they have the right licensing? And if we're being honest, there's businesses out there that aren't qualified to do the work that they're doing. They're not licensed to do the work that they're doing, and they kind of have a negative track record. So before you get involved with a business, of course, we'd encourage you to check out their profile on BBB.org, but also take it a step further. See what kind of customer reviews they have, what else you can find out about the business, what licensing they have in place. And a lot of times the best businesses are very offering with that information. Mm-hmm. They want you to do your diligence and ask those questions.
Mm-hmm. And among the many great tips that you guys have in this article on the website, one thing that I think might get overlooked is being aware of working hours, because it can be a little bit different when it comes to contractors and when they're getting their work done. So what do we need to know in that department?
Yeah, of course, make sure you get everything in writing. A lot of times that's going to stipulate what the schedule should be. How long should the project take place? If it is something outdoors, of course, weather could, permit, whether or not that's delayed. If it's inside of the house, are they going to be able to work while you're at work during the day? Or is it something they're going to need to do more in the evening time? Ask those questions. All of those could be fine options. You just want to make sure you know what you're getting into up front.
And as far as payment, because that's a big concern for a lot of people too, do we need to be expecting to pay on the higher end if we're wanting to make sure we're getting that really good quality work?
Well, just like anything else, of course, you're going to, pay. You receive what you pay for, right? Yeah. So businesses that have licensing and insurance and those things, of course, they have to charge a certain amount. So if you get a quote in that's way less than a lot of other people are charging, it's cheaper, but I'd be leery about what else you're going to actually receive.
Yeah, and of course there are these tips and much more, along with a bunch of local accredited contractors in the Lafayette area.
Of course, a bunch of local ones, regardless of the industry. You can find them on BBB.org.
BBB.org for more tips from the Better Business Bureau like these.